Welcome back to CA Study Saga, your go-to hub for decoding complex auditing standards with clarity and confidence. Today, we are diving into SA 600 using the work of another auditor. Let's break it down. Section 1, Basics and Scope. SA 600 applies when a principal auditor uses the work of another auditor for components like branches, subsidiaries, or JVs. But remember, the principal auditor alone is responsible for the final audit opinion. They can rely on another auditor's work, but only after exercising due skill and care. Also, this SA doesn't apply to joint audits or predecessor auditors, so don't mix them up in the exam. Section 2. Before accepting the engagement. Before saying yes to the audit, the principal auditor must evaluate 4 key factors. The materiality of the portion they'll audit themselves. Their knowledge of the components. The risk of material misstatement in those components. And whether they'll have significant participation in the overall audit. If these don't align, it's a red flag. Section 3. Division of responsibility. Here's the golden rule. The principal auditor is not responsible for the other auditor's work unless there were clear signs of unreliability that they ignored. In the audit report, they must disclose the division of responsibility, usually in the Other Matter paragraph. And if they find any material discrepancies, they must act, inform the other auditor and reflect it in their own report. Section 4. Procedures to use other auditors' work. To rely on another auditor, the principal auditor must evaluate their professional competence, especially if they're not ICAI members. Obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence. Coordinate timelines, intercomponent transactions, and risk areas. Review a summary of the other auditor's procedures and findings. But here's a twist, they don't have an automatic right to inspect the other auditor's working papers. It's purely discretionary. Section 5. Documentation. Documentation is king. The principal auditor must record which components were audited by others, what procedures they performed, their conclusions on the adequacy of the other auditor's work, and how they dealt with any modified reports from component auditors. Section 6. Coordination between auditors. Smooth audits need strong coordination. The principal auditor may send written instructions or questionnaires. The other auditor must respond promptly, follow the agreed timetable, and flag any major findings. It's a two-way street, and timing is everything. Section 7. Reporting considerations. 2 critical scenarios to remember. If the principal auditor can't rely on the other auditor and can't perform extra procedures, it's a scope limitation. Result? Qualified or disclaimer of opinion. If the other auditor issues a modified report, the principal auditor must assess its impact. If it's material to the group, modify your report. If not, document it well and move on. And that wraps up SA 600, a crucial standard for group audits and a favorite in exam case studies. If this helped you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to CA Study Saga. Until next time, keep studying smart and audit sharp.